In the last video, you saw Mona tirelessly searching for the Winter Grandpa, and Noah had to cosplay as Blue Santa to bring her back home. Mona didn't realize that, and instead, she started dancing after receiving her big fat gift. Meanwhile, Aura, who was about to begin her new journey, experienced some new adventures while searching for the Winter Grandpa along with Mona. Back in the human world, Kanghyuk was making final preparations as the day of the shoot for Hwang Daegel's TV show had finally arrived. But before the shoot began, the producer and her team wandered around the village so they could learn more about Kanghyuk. To their surprise, the day went even better than they had imagined, as the villagers revealed many sides of Kanghyuk that the team had never known before. Back at the restaurant, Daegel finally hands over a bunch of spinach to Kanghyuk and asks him to cook something special with it for the shoot. Although Kanghyuk was a bit confused because that was not what they decided earlier, Hwang Daegil was confident that this star chef would once again blow their minds with something as fabulous as before. Producer Joe is also confused by this sudden change because before leaving earlier, Hwang Daegil had asked Kanghyuk to prepare carbonara for the show, so they planned their shoot according to it. Kanghyuk keeps staring at Daegil with a confused expression, as he has no idea why Daegil suddenly changed his order. Handing over the spinach to Kanghyuk, Daegil answers that although he did request Kanghyuk to make carbonara for them earlier, now since someone in the village recommended his green vegetable dishes, he wants him to prepare something similar for them, as he just can't pass up the chance to try it. Meanwhile, Kanghyuk keeps thinking that perhaps the person who recommended using wild greens in the menu to Daegil was Mrs. Park, because she was the one for whom he has cooked recipes using wild veggies. Daegil again repeats that he wants to try the recipe he has been making for the village and the kind of food villagers usually eat at his place. As Hwang Daegil notices Kanghyuk standing there quietly without saying a word, he tells him that it seems like his sudden change of order has probably caught him completely off guard. Kanghyuk finally takes the bag of spinach from him and agrees to the request. He then reassuringly asks Daegil to leave the rest to him before heading back into the kitchen. Inside the kitchen, Kanghyuk finds himself in a dilemma once again as he stands still with his arms folded, thinking about what exactly he should cook, even though he has already agreed to Daegil's request. Around him, the entire crew is busy filming him and capturing his every move. Kanghyuk knows that Daegil wants to eat the kind of food the villagers usually eat, and doing it with spinach would be easy, as the vegetable is commonly used in Italy too. The vegetable goes well with the Italian taste, but Kanghyuk understands that it is not exactly what Daegil is looking for from him. The cameraman interrupts him and asks Kanghyuk to prepare 2 batches separately, as one has to be filmed while the other one will get eaten. Kanghyuk agrees and again thinks about the villagers, wondering what they would order if they came again to his restaurant. Suddenly, his mind gets flooded with the memories of Songhu, the village head, as well as every other member of the village who are like his family, and Kanghyuk's face fills up with a smile. He quickly reaches to grab a bowl in which he first washes the spinach thoroughly and removes the excess water from it with the help of a sieve. After that, Kanghyuk blends half of the spinach with minced garlic, pine nuts, and Parmigiano cheese as well as olive oil, and makes a smooth pesto paste with it. He then spreads the finished spinach pesto over a tortilla and adds a few toppings like tomatoes, cheese, and shrimp to make a pizza, which he then puts into the oven to bake. Soon, a delicious aroma starts spreading throughout the restaurant while rice cake and Tori keep eagerly waiting outside the kitchen. Although they badly want to go back inside, they hold themselves back because entry into the kitchen is restricted for them until the shoot gets completed. Kanghyuk then starts looking into his fridge for some new ingredients, and after finding a few, he takes out a pan in which he heats some olive oil and sautés minced garlic with a spoonful of dojang, a Korean fermented soybean paste. While frying, he makes sure that the paste doesn't burn, and then he adds some fresh cream to it, which he lets simmer gently. Kanghyuk then adds lightly blanched spinach and cooked pasta noodles to the sauce to stir-fry it, and then he lowers the heat slightly and seasons it with salt and pepper. Next, he gives the final touch to the recipe by adding some grated Grana Padano cheese over it and brings it to the table, where Daegil is waiting patiently. He presents the shimmering spinach recipes as per his request, and Deagle notices that he has made pizza as well as pasta with the green vegetable. He doesn't find the idea much amusing, as the restaurant is an Italian restaurant after all, so it was supposed that Kanghyuk would be making the Italian dishes. The cameraman is quite focused while filming the plates full of meals, unaware of the fact that behind them are the two thieves who are waiting for their turns to steal away the plate. As Deagle pulls out a slice of pizza from his plate, he notices that it has a light drizzle of honey in it, which feels a bit like gorgonzola, a pungent, creamy Italian cheese. As he puts the slice into his mouth, his eyes get wide with amusement as the fragrance of the spinach pesto starts spreading through his mouth. Deagle realizes that Kanghyuk has preserved the natural flavors perfectly in the dish. He then tries a spoonful of pasta, which again amuses him because although it is a cream pasta, the flavor is much deeper than a normal one, and he immediately realizes that Kanghyuk has used doenjang in it, which, along with garlic, wraps around the richness of the cream. Beneath the smooth, nutty sauce, Deagle can taste the subtle sweetness of the spinach, and he finds the dish extremely delicious, and one that can be enjoyed by adults as well as children. He praises Kanghyuk for balancing the flavors so well in the recipe, and Kanghyuk smiles, glad that he managed to make it according to Deagle's taste. Deagle then asks him if he intentionally used familiar ingredients with spinach, as he knows it well that there are numerous Western dishes that use spinach too. Kanghyuk confirms it while stating that the people at the village are not very familiar with authentic Italian cuisine, and he just wanted everyone to enjoy his cooking without finding it too difficult. He then confesses to Deagle that it was why he decided to use a fusion of local and foreign ingredients to create a taste that appears familiar in an unfamiliar dish. Director Joe is still confused about why Kanghyuk opened an Italian restaurant in the village, knowing that the villagers know nothing about Italian food, while the cameraman keeps staring at the dish with a watering mouth because he wants to taste it as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Deagle is satisfied with Kanghyuk's answers and tells him that he has expected the village's beloved superstar to be on another level, which makes the chef's face red in embarrassment. He wants to ask Deagle if he is teasing him while he keeps thinking about the village head's remark, who earlier had stated that the villagers like Kanghyuk because they recognize his consideration for them. Looking at Kanghyuk's flushed face, Deagle hopes that the broadcast really shows how much he has changed after coming to the village. Back in the kitchen, the poor cameraman keeps searching for his share of pasta, which has already been finished by rice cake and tori. Suddenly, two voices start coming from outside of the restaurant, and as the producer looks behind to see who it is, they turn out to be Gi-hoon and Hwan. They don't know what's going on in the restaurant, and are surprised to see so many customers inside the restaurant. Gi-hoon tells Hwan that he should have read the banner outside, which mentioned the filming going on inside the restaurant. Kanghyuk quickly rushes to them, surprised to see them there at such a busy hour. He informs them that filming is currently going on. However, the two have no intention of leaving, so they walk straight into the hall, claiming that they came to eat his food. Producer Joe, who is still not aware of their real identities, mentions that the two visitors look alike for the famous painter Gi-hoon and the famous pianist Jeng Hwan Lee. Hwan tells her that it really is them, but the producer still cannot believe it. She jokingly says that just because they are filming at a famous star chef's restaurant doesn't mean that two huge celebrities would actually be regular visitors in a small remote village like this. The cameraman completely ignores her and keeps filming while the two casually start giving their menu preferences to Kanghyuk without caring much about the shoot. A moment later, Joe finally recognizes them and completely freaks out. She immediately starts telling the cameraman to film them as well, not realizing that her own shocked reaction is also being recorded. Somehow, after all the chaos, the shoot finally comes to an end. 1 month later, the whole village gathers at the village hall for the TV program, which is going to be broadcast on that day. Outside, on the rooftop of the hall, is a banner announcing the occasion in bold letters as watching Chef Lee Kanghyuk's TV appearance, and inside, Kanghyuk is hiding his face in embarrassment while the village head, along with others, is cheering for him as the show starts airing. Sang-hoo is jumping in excitement and tells Kang-yoon that he too has done an interview for the broadcast and is going to be on it too. Even though Kang-yoon has never watched his own broadcast live before, this time he cannot escape the situation. He starts calming himself down, and even though the camera crew had already told him earlier that the editing reduced his screen time, which he finds a relief, Kang-yoon still can't fully relax and feels somehow nervous. The first scene shows Hwang Dae-gil introducing the Yongpyong village and calling it a place where the entire village has become fans of the star chef. He mentions Kang-yoon as his most cherished junior, and watching this scene starts making Kang-yoon nervous once again. As soon as he appears on the screen, the caption below praises him, and Kang-yoon starts getting embarrassed. Further, the effects as well as sounds used in his introduction make the moment cringe for him. And soon the village chief appears on the screen, who describes Kang-yoon as the greatest cosmic chef as well as the treasure of their village. The children too, being dressed fancily, especially for their interview in the show, call him their most handsome uncle, who cooks well and plays soccer with them. Kang-yoon's face starts getting pale, and he is horrified as the show keeps glorifying him, while behind him, the village chief is already recording the entire broadcast for a replay. Kang-yoon never expected the program to be completely focused on him, as he thought it was just a simple food travel show. To his surprise, he sees all his friends, including Gi-hoon and Jong, constantly showering him with praise in their entire interview. They appear very excited on screen while filming for their dearest friend. As the show continues, Kang-yoon becomes more and more embarrassed by all the attention and praise he is receiving, so unable to handle it anymore. He quietly disappears from the scene. Soon after, everyone notices he is gone and starts looking for him. The show has interviewed each and every member of the village who knew Kang-yoon and is broadcasting their views about him. All of them have mentioned Kang-yoon as their savior who brings smiles to their faces. Even Grandma Park calls him a family member who doesn't need a reason to be liked, and so the villagers' heartfelt interviews keep going on. Back at his restaurant, Kang-yoon is sitting on a desk and is hiding his face in shame while hugging rice cake. He thinks that it was his mistake that he trusted the producers. The show even mentions that Kang-yoon will probably never watch the latter half of the broadcast in his life and will not know how much the entire community cherishes him. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to our channel.